Welcome in, Cowboys Nation, the Cowboy Game Day Live halftime show brought to you by Dave's Hot Chicken. Hey, stick around. We got a giveaway special that we're going to talk about from our good friends over at Dave's Hot Chicken as the Cowboys trail the Texans 17-10. Jesse Holley, Skywalker still. This very reminiscent of the last 2 games for the Cowboys, 3 games really, where it's been close at half. And they've shown some fight. And it was sloppy early on, but they've strung together a few drives to be able to get some things going. And if it wasn't for Brandon Aubrey not looking like Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, foot slip.
He had a slip at the end there. We're looking at a 17-13 game. So, hey, Cowboys fighting, man. And honestly, they've shown that over the last few weeks in the first half.
Yeah, if I told you that Cooper Rush would have a better passing quarterback rating, more yards than C.J. Stroud right now, more touchdown than C.J. Stroud right now, you would probably call me a liar, especially what you saw last week. And to be honest with you, Cooper Rush, he's playing, obviously 172 yards at halftime. He's playing so much better. He looks more comfortable. He looks more poised. I think the game plan that they put around him was they're putting throws right in front of his face, meaning all his throws, he's not really having to sift through things to the sidelines. You see a lot of his completions are right in the middle of the football field. His receivers and tight ends are giving him their numbers, meaning when they turn and sit, they see him, he sees them, and he's able to deliver the ball to him, and they're making some plays for him. So, a 17-10 game is, when you think about what the Houston Texans have been the last 4 weeks, they have not scored a touchdown in the second half of football games in the last 4 weeks. So when you think about that, you're saying to yourself, well, if this trend continues, then you're looking at them staying pat at field goals. If the Cowboys can string some things together, they get the ball out of the half, and they're able to string some things together, you can be looking at now, hey, this can be an interesting ball game. The one caveat is the Cowboys have been absolutely horrendous in the third quarters this season. Yeah, so coming out of the half, they've been absolutely horrendous. So something got to give. Irresistible object and movable force situation. Something got to give.
And I wonder if the Texans' downtrend is starting to happen. Let me turn this up here. Now, if you go look at, since their touchdown drive, you're looking at field goal, punt, and that's it. They just haven't really strung 3 and out, 4 and out, and then a 9-play drive, 77 yards. It's all the way down to the 2-3 yard line and kick a field, whatever it was. I don't think it was that close, but they kick a field goal. So they haven't really turned it all the way up like they could have. Like, it could have went up 21-10, and maybe that sends the Cowboys to a different type of spiral. But that 17 points to I think it was 7 at the time kept the Cowboys within it. They didn't have to play outside of themselves, and here we go. It's 17-10. And look, the Cowboys, it's not like they're running the ball that well either.
No,
10 carries for 33 yards.
Yeah.
So the one thing that they have to guard on is they don't want this thing to go too far into Cooper Rush's hands in the second half. You do want them to come out in the second half and find some semblance of balance, or at least long handoffs, right? Because they're on pace right now to throw 54 passing attempts.
Yeah.
54. But let me say this. Kudos to the offensive line. I'm not really seeing Cuzzo get whooped out there. Tyler Guyton, I'm not really hearing their names a whole lot.
Yeah.
In fact, I think the best play that Hunter made was on the ground. I don't think it was a pass.
And they forgot to block him, but he made the play. No one blocked him.
Right. So kudos to the protection, and then after the interception, which again that was a strange play. Cooper Rush has been settled down a little bit to try to roll out and do the little thing.
He started feeling himself.
A little bit. But I think if they come out here from a defensive standpoint and keep this thing close enough, can you put it? Thank you, Cooper Rush and Rico Dowdle, get CeeDee Lamb back going again, because I don't think CeeDee Lamb has had a reception. Okay, one reception since he kind of had that barrage of quick throws. So it's within their grasp. But like you said, you're talking about a third quarter Cowboy team that hasn't really been able to have those big plays and moments like you saw from a Kavontae Turpin in that first half. Beautiful release off the line of scrimmage. Got him to rock right away, and he took the hell off.
Yeah, it was great. When you look at that, Jeff Okudah was guarding man-to-man in the slot. And it's funny that Jeff Okudah, he turned to take away the inside breaking route. Kavontae worked him at the line of scrimmage, went upfield 2 steps, and came underneath, and it was out the gate and 88 into the house. And so they do it well. But I do want to make sure that we hit on defensively. The defense has been playing, they responded. CJ Stroud is not playing bad because CJ Stroud is just playing bad. He feels that pressure that's coming at him, whether it's from Micah, you saw Demarion Overshown, you saw Osi Odigizua get into the action. So they're making CJ Stroud feel very uncomfortable in the pocket. He doesn't have much time. He's not being able to sit back there and survey the land and just be able to pick and choose where he wants to. He's had some spots where he's been able to do that, but overall, defensively, the Cowboys up front has been attacking the weakness of that Houston Texans offensive line and making it very, very difficult for CJ Stroud.
They started winning early in downs and then making Bobby Slowik come off the run because there's no other reason to do it. Joe Mixon was killing the Cowboys. Obviously, the long touchdown run and a couple other runs, he looks like he's rejuvenated over there. But if they continue to win on the earlier in the downs, you're talking about 2nd and long, 3rd and long, now they have to throw the ball, and CJ just has been off. He's not felt comfortable at all. But I tell you who has been comfortable, Brevin Spanford. Since Jake Ferguson went down, Spanford is, 2 receptions, but the 2 receptions are big ones, 24 yards, a 17-yard, and a nice 7-yard for a first down. He looks more comfortable. That's the word, right? He looks more comfortable than he did earlier in the year. They're getting him the ball on the move and allowing him to use some of that yak that we saw at Minnesota. So I would love to see a little bit more Brevin Spanford if they're not going to be able to get the ball to any other receiver. Turpin has the 1 reception, but he hasn't got the ball since. CeeDee Lamb is the only wide receiver to have more than 1 reception in the first half. So we're talking about Luke Schoonmaker and Brevin Spanford combining for 5 receptions. So if they're going to play the short game with the big bodies, I'd like to see a little bit more Spanford because he can get busy after the catch.
No, I'm with you, and you want that from a player. When you lose your main guy, I want to see who's else going to step up, who's going to give me a little bit of something that's going to be able to help us matriculate the ball down the field. And so whether it's Brevin Spanford or whether it's Luke Schoonmaker or Kavontae Turpin, this is a group effort. This is a group project. This right now is going to have to be a group project, and everybody's going to have to do a little bit of their part so that as a whole that we're able to do some things offensively.
8 different receptions from 8 different players have caught a reception unless you want to count Wanye Thomas. I don't know what Bones and I don't know what Mike was letting him do that. Come on. You just tried this 2 weeks ago, and we're acting like they got. Remember David Buehler? Did you play with Buehler?
I did.
Well, I used to use him as a weapon on Madden. I ain't gonna lie to you, because he could hit, he could run, he was fast. So that's not David Buehler out there. That's Brian Anger, and he like 35, and you got him out here trying to throw. So I
don't know what Bones is trying to do.
You got to chill with that. But from a blind or from a just first watch, obviously, as we're watching this thing going through the emotions, it seems like Mike is trying different. It's a lot more of that push motion, exit motion, at snap stuff. It seems like he's trying to get something going. Obviously, we'll look at the all-22 and see what Coop is seeing. But it seems like Mike is opening up a little bit more to start this game as opposed to last week. If you remember last week, everything just seemed to be right at the line of scrimmage. Now, they did come out a little bit and do some of that, but then you started to see Mike say, you know what, we got to get something going, and that's where you see, Spanford you see the quick slant to Turpin. So I would like to see him remain or get more confident, because the O-line's holding up in the pass game. Ground game, they're not really opening anything up there, but they're holding up in the pass game.
I'm not mad at what they did in that first half. It was very ho-hum, and it wasn't putting too much pressure on Cooper Rush. It wasn't asking
ball out.
Yeah, right before the half,
he had to try to push a little bit.
And I get that, and that's the part that Cooper Rush is the one that I fear. Is that when he starts grooving a little bit, start feeling himself, and now you fading about right, and you want to throw back left? Nah, homie, that ain't your wheelhouse, right? Like, let's keep this thing, let's keep the main thing, and let's matriculate this thing. Let's eat up some clock. Let's make them have to guard 53 in the third, and make the easy throws. Get the ball to CeeDee Lamb and let him make the extra.
Like he was doing.
Let Turpin do the extra. I don't need you to do the extra. Get it to the guys who we pay to do the extra stuff with the football in their hands. And I think that's a recipe for success for the Cowboys in the second half.
Excellent point, because I felt like that's what they were trying to do, and they did do. CeeDee Lamb, remember, a couple of those quick throws, he was getting some yak after it. Obviously, Kevontae Turpin, those are the type of guys you want to see. Now, this was a game where we wanted to see the Flamingo gang, right? What's Ryan Flournoy doing? What's Jonathan Mingo doing? They targeted Mingo, I think, one time, maybe, and then they targeted, I believe,
Flournoy has
one reception, three targets, and one reception for 15 yards. So it'd be nice to see, obviously, a little more, but I feel like they are rolling with Turpin, right? Who's been there, Tolbert, and CeeDee Lamb. So they're going to the prom. What is it? They're dancing with the
girl they brought to the prom.
Right, that's what they're doing. But they're mixing in a little bit of Mingo and Flournoy. We'll see in the second half if they ratchet that up, or they say, you know what, Cooper Rush feels comfortable with Turp and these boys and Tolbert and Lamb, and we're in striking distance.
Yeah.
So there's no need.
If you come out the half and go, you're one possession.
Cowboys get the ball.
You get the ball. You're one possession away from going on and tying this football game and putting all the pressure back on Houston.
Quickly, before I get to this, I want to tell you guys about our giveaway. Big shout out to DeMar Van Overshown defensively. Mike is getting some pressure here. Golson made a few good plays. Malik Hooker, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, CJ Stroud is just, again, not playing well. Kendricks, the defense it started off not great.
Right.
Obviously, 77-yarder call back. Then they went down 4 plays later, touchdown, another touchdown. But they, just like the other games, they kind of hunkered down, and they're making things tough. So shouts out to the defense for at least giving the Cowboys a chance. But Cowboys Nation, because it's Thanksgiving, we here at A to Z Sports and Dave's Hot Chicken want to give back and give thanks to our loyal Cowboys fans with a giveaway. During Thanksgiving week, be sure to keep an eye out for our posts across all social media. We will be giving away an authentic CeeDee Lamb jersey. Hopefully, we can get that thing signed for you as well. So you want to follow ATOZ Sports Dallas across all platforms, and we will be putting out how to win that jersey, Cowboys Nation. Again, this has been the Halftime Show brought to you by